Hey everybody, welcome back to Gooseberry Homestead. So I promised you guys in my last video that I would do a clip it snippet video, and here it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to make this a simple video. I had another video that was like 20 minutes long and it didn't want to upload to YouTube, so I went ahead and deleted a bunch of the content off of my phone, and I'm restarting. So yeah, so here I am, 30 seconds in, and we're going to talk about this little group of stuff that you see right in front of us. Now, the other day I had mentioned that I had received a whole bunch of free stuff off of Marketplace, and Marketplace is a really great place that you can go on Facebook, and you can generally see things that people are selling or trying to get rid of in their homes. It's kind of like almost like a glorified Craigslist, kind of, you know what I'm saying? So but it's connected to your Facebook. Now, while I'm not really I'm not on Facebook as much as I used to be, really don't care for the platform any longer, but that's not what this video is about. But I'm still on Facebook for the pure fact that I have family and friends that use it still, and so every now and then I get on there to try to sell something or trade or get something for free on the Marketplace or whatever, but I'm not really on there regularly anymore at all. In fact, I barely get on there. And so anyways, I got these, and I don't generally go and I don't generally look through Marketplace, but if you're looking for something like, say, this kind of stuff, or anything for that matter, anything that you're trying to look for, go on there. They have a place where you can search on there and you can put in certain things that you're trying to look for, and you can find out if there's somebody near you within so many miles of where you live and that sort of thing, and see if there's anything that people are trying to sell or trying to get rid of. Or a lot of times you can actually haggle with the people, like negotiations and that sort of thing, and maybe get a price dropped or whatever. But these were being listed on there for free, and so you can see there's a lot here, and I'll just come up close so you can kind of see, and you can pause it, you can count them for yourself if you like, but I'm not going to give numbers here. So I'm going to come over here so you can see. Right here's a tote bin full of these little tiny square pots. They're about 2 inches across at the bottom, so they're really great. I actually already used some of them, and I used some of the really bad mangled ones. There's still some really nice bad mangled ones, especially in this back corner here. And then there's a couple more in here that are pretty mangled. And those ones that are really mangled, I hope I didn't just show my pink socks in my shoes. My toes were cold. But I went ahead and I put a couple, like 2 or 3, depending on how mangled they were. I would put 2 or 3 together, but I'm gonna recycle them. I'm gonna use them. I'm not gonna let them go to waste, so I'm gonna still use them. But if they need more support, I will join a couple together. Okay, right here in front of the tote bin right here, these are hydroponic baskets, and I'm gonna Google and do some research and see if I can use these in my garden, because if I can, then I'll just go ahead and keep them, or I could just list them up for free on Marketplace for somebody else who's wanting to do hydroponics, and then I can just, pass on the generosity. And or the other option is I wash them and clean them and relist them on my Etsy for a small amount of money, not a lot. And but I did add up all the totals and stuff, and it would have been close to $70 to maybe $100 for all of those baskets right there. Since I noticed that some of the bottom baskets are actually almost 7 to 8 inches in width at the bottom base part for the type of thing. So some of these top ones would have been about almost $5 or $6 for just one, and that's wholesale. And the bottom ones are even larger baskets. That top one's like a 4.5 inch. The bottom one's like more like an 8 inch, and that would have been almost probably $8 for the bottom basket. So when you start adding all of this up, it came up to a high amount, and I was like, well, maybe I could list it for $50, if I clean them, but only if I clean them, because if I'm going to take the time to clean something, I want to get paid for it. Just saying. But I might end up keeping them. I'm still thinking about it. or giving them away for free, dirty like they are. So, and then blessing somebody. So I have to think about it and pray about it and all that kind of stuff. I'm not decided yet. I'm just holding off, and maybe there's a reason why I'm holding off. I don't know. So, and then I got all these other seed trays. So there's a whole bunch there and a whole bunch there. There's actually, looks like there's more of these ones than the other ones. And then there's a few here, and there's actually a good amount of them. And then I have all these liner trays down here. There's a whole stack of them. And then I have these 4 cells. And then there's this lattice tray that you can set pots in. And that's good for moving stuff around that are in like the larger containers like this. And then I have a square one with the lattice work on it as well. And then I have these cells here, and I'll probably just put dirt in them and plant something and set them out on the lawn when the weather gets a little bit better, and I can just line them up and plant a bunch of seeds and sell what's growing in them at a later point. And so I'm gonna come over here. So that's the group that I wanted to show you, and then I'll show you the rest of the items that I had gotten with that grouping. I had gotten these lattice trays here as well for free on Marketplace, and there's 3 of them here on the cinder blocks, and then also the smaller pots that are in the baskets with my gooseberry transplants from the clippings that I took. Those are also containers that I got from that grouping. And then the big containers were 2 of them were from my elderberry plants, and one of my gooseberry plants, one of the bigger ones. And then on the other side of my greenhouse, I have another one of the lattice trays here, and then I separated one of my goji berry plants. I had it in a basket over here, planter on the top of my round planter system that I have, and I went ahead and I separated all of the plants that were in there, and I was really surprised. I only thought there was really only a couple of plants in there, but there was actually closer to like almost 18 goji berry plants. So I got those started, and there's only 3 right here in the front that were really small. The root systems are alive on these, but there's no leaves on these 2 right here. And this one here's got just a small amount, so I'm going to keep those ones and let them do growing. But in about a week and a half to 2 weeks, I'll be listing the rest of the goji berries for sale, because the root systems are really good, but I just kind of want to let them settle in the dirt that's right here and just let them get kind of acclimated to the smaller pot. And so there's that. And then going into the greenhouse, which you guys have already seen inside of the greenhouse, I'm going to unzip this all the way up. I'm only going to unzip the one side and just come inside. And then, as you can see, I had gotten these black seed trays and these individual pieces, which is the ones I'm going to use at first. And there's 3 on this side of the greenhouse. And then on the other side of the greenhouse, there's also another 4. 1 on the bottom, 2 right here, and then another one up at top here. And today, I came in here and I was showing somebody who's picking up one of the gooseberries outside that I sold. I was showing her, and I think it's her husband that was with her. I was showing them what the inside of the greenhouse looked like so they could see, because they really liked it. And I said, it's a great little greenhouse. It's perfect. And it was like 60 degrees in here earlier. It's like 40 right now. And my seed trays, were all like this, and I was telling them, which is what I failed to mention in my last video, was I had put in these 2 slats, these shiplap boards. I had put them here in the back so that it creates another shelf in the back so that you can have more space to put seed trays or whatever you want to put back there. And these little square trays actually worked perfect that I had gotten with that grouping also, that have the 16 little square pots that fits in it perfectly. And so I filled those, and I planted dogwood cornelian cherry seeds in this one. And then over here I planted Russian olive tree seeds. And then the top one in this corner I did cherry plum, and it's a European cherry plum. And this one over here, another 16 European cherry plums in this one. And then that one seed, that one little green pot that came with that group, I had one extra seed and I planted it here. And then in this one I planted yesterday. This is not from the grouping of stuff, but I planted a European olive tree seeds in there. And there's a few in there. And so I don't know how many are viable. So I just planted them all in that because there was just a small amount. So I'm going to let those grow. Anyways, I was showing them this, my goldenberry, which I had actually pruned back a little bit more because so much of it had died. And I noticed some green growth down here. As you can see, yay, they're not dead. But when they came to pick up their gooseberries and they were looking in my greenhouse here, I had moved my pot to the front here and set it here on the ground. And after they had left, I came back outside to come into the greenhouse to do something, and I forgot that it was there, and I tripped over it. And when I tripped over it, my hand caught the side of this planter tray here. I flipped it, and down here on the ground, this section here, all of my dirt fell with all of my little tiny European blueberry seeds, my little tiny cranberry seeds, and my Swiss chard seeds. Everything. So I've got all this grass and stuff here. I got my little broom. I got my little dustpan and the little broom that comes with it, and I swept up off the grass as much as the dirt as I possibly could get, hoping and praying that I got everything. And I'm sure there might be some little seeds that I didn't get, but yeah, so that was fun, and now everything's mixed up. So this will be really great to find out. But I do one good thing from it. The Swiss chard, you guys, has already begun to sprout. So the seeds are viable in that one. So I got to see some of the little white bits coming out of the seeds, which is really amazing. The Swiss chard seeds are really really unique looking. I never have ever planted them before. So I was like, wow, okay, that's pretty cool. So anyways, yeah, so that's it, you guys. I'm gonna go on ahead and get out of my greenhouse and shut it up so that it will stay warmer in there. There we go. And I'll go ahead and end the video now and try not to trip. But yeah, so there's the greenhouse. There's all the goodies that I got. And over here's all the rest of the stash of everything I got. And you guys, if you're looking to you're wanting to get into gardening or anything that you are interested in, check out the marketplace, because you might be surprised that sometimes you can get something for free. You can get something relatively cheaper than what you would get it at the box store or even on Etsy or any place. So you might be able to find a really good deal, and a lot of times you're able to work a deal. I had a guy that was offering me ducks the other day for a gooseberry, offering me raspberry bushes. Unfortunately, we had the same raspberry bushes, and I'm not really in a position. I mean, I've got plenty of space here for ducks and stuff, but I really don't want ducks. Not really into the animals at this point. So maybe if we owned our own land, then I would be. So the neighbor's dogs, they're barking at me. They're so excited. Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching my videos. Comment, like, and subscribe, and click the bell button so that you don't miss out on any more of my videos. And as always, have a wonderful day. Bye.